It's kind of weird to just come right out and say it, but I wrote a book. Project that I have been working on for about 4.5 years now. I've kind of kept quiet about it up until recently. Kind of weird to just come right out and say it, but I wrote a book. When I was little, I despised writing. I despised reading. There was something about it that I did not like it. I hadn't found like a love for it. I hadn't found a book that I really just enjoyed. And then about the 8th or 9th grade, I read the O'Malley series by D. Henderson, and anybody who's read that understands what I mean whenever I say that was the best book series I have ever read in my entire life. And for me, it really changed my perspective on some things. It inspired me, and I really enjoyed it, and it was just a good Christian fiction series. And I don't know, all of a sudden I got like this really weird desire, like I want to do that for someone else. I want to inspire someone else. All of a sudden I was like, I want to write. That's the weirdest thing that's ever been put upon my heart ever, because it's the exact opposite of what I thought I'd be doing. So I was like, Lord, obviously this is a desire from you. This is coming out of the blue. This is something you want me to do. I was like, if you want me to write, you're gonna have to give me something, because I have no idea what I'm doing. You're gonna have to help me out here, and you're gonna have to show a way. And I started making excuses, kind of like Moses did. I'm not a good writer. I'm not. You could call so many other people, and you're calling me to write. Why? But literally at the end of that summer, I had 3 different books, which was a total of a series that I'm working on my heart, and I had the idea, and I've been trying to work on it. And I know there were so many different doubts and like, you really want to write, like all over, but I was like, yeah. And I think for this first book, I just really wanted to prove to everybody that I could finish something, even if it didn't get published or whatever, that I just wanted to finish something. And once I finished it, I was like, would someone really want to read this? So I started handing it out to my family and whatnot, and one thing led to another. 4.5 years later, I have a book getting ready to come out, and I've been trying to advertise, market, and tell you guys about my story. It was just, everything seemed to lay into place. I had wanted to rush it and get it published a long time ago, but I'm so thankful I waited now, because the wait was totally worth it. I just kept editing and tweaking it and working on it over the years. The Lord kept confirming things to me throughout these 4.5 years. First couple weeks that I was starting to really think about, you know, pursuing writing and pursuing this book, it was like the Lord, the title's Finding Hope, by the way. This first book is called Finding Hope. It's a part of a 3-book series called the Lawson series, and the Lord just started confirming things with me week after week and day after day. And I remember like things coming across the radio that had to do with hope, and my pastor's message for the longest time seemed like it was just about hope, and different messages at different churches. There was a guy that stood up at a church one time. It was right when I was in the middle of writing Finding Hope. And Finding Hope's about an alcoholic. And this guy, he stands up and he testifies. And he's an alcoholic. And he starts talking about hope and how someone like had led him to the Lord. And I was like, okay, God, I'm beginning to understand that this is what you want me to do. I don't know how. So you're going to have to keep helping me and guiding me step by step. And I'm just going to have to trust you. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I waited, because this has been incredibly worth it. And I got a message. It's been earlier on in the year, and Cleopatra Margot, she's become quite a wonderful writer friend of mine, and she messages me and she's like, hey, what if I'm paraphrasing here, would you want me to like edit Finding Hope and help you get it out there and help you, just guide you along? And I was like, okay, give me a few minutes to process this, give me a couple days to pray about it, and I'll get back to you. And I cannot explain to you how it felt like a big, like, just peace had washed over me, and it was like a confirmation, we're ready to take on the next step. Because I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know how I was gonna get there, but obviously everything felt right. Like God was like, okay, Katlyn, it's time. And no matter how scared I was, I had to follow it. There's a purpose out there for this book. I'm not a perfect writer. I am not no Karen Kingsbury. I'm not Colleen Coble, no Dee Henderson. I'm Katlyn. I'm just learning how to write. I'm just learning how to put things on pages. I'm still taking my college classes. I'm not a perfect writer, but God gave me this story, and I feel the need to share it. Even if it just helps one soul, to me it's worth it. So we started editing and we started working on it. Yeah, I know for me. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. And a couple months later, Finding Hope was ready. So I'm about to make a call, oh my goodness, to submit Finding Hope to Amazon for approval. Hello. And title, what? This is crazy. This seems so, it just doesn't even seem real. And it's crazy to think, you know, that I'm here now. I ordered in bulk. I'm advertising this whole month of October. I'm advertising at releases, different Spotify playlists coming out. Or a Spotify playlist coming out that I just listened to over the years, and it just got me excited about Finding Hope. I've got Pinterest boards I'm gonna release. I had cover reveals, a book trailer, all of this just piling up, and I have a wonderful street team who I couldn't ask for a better street team that's just working for me and advertising for me, and I appreciate it so much because, I don't know, I feel like they're really helping me get the word out about Finding Hope. I'm planning a book signing with another local author, so all you locals, stay tuned. I just feel like Finding Hope's where it needs to be, and I'll tell you one story. We were trying to upload Finding Hope to Amazon, and for some reason I couldn't get it. Like it just kept failing, the manuscript itself. It just kept failing and failing. We couldn't understand why it wouldn't upload. And all of a sudden, I get this text out of the blue from my cousin, and it says, you popped in my brain. This is while I'm trying to upload the manuscript. You popped in my brain, so I'm praying for you today. I love you, kiddo. And I was like, I had to take a minute, step back from the phone call I was on, and be like, God, I know this is your will, and that's just kind of confirmation to me. 30 minutes later, I'm gonna guess 30 minutes later, we had the manuscript uploaded, everything was working fine. I think I am ready to click publish. Ah, this is crazy. I'm clicking it right now. I'm so happy. That was worth the wait. And she said, well, God is sending out your name to pray for you, and he's got your back, so this should be reassurance you're following him. And I don't know, I just felt overwhelmed in that moment because everything felt like it was falling into place. And now this moment of waiting, this period, 4.5 years, it's worth it to me. Everything is worth it. The pain, the tears, the headaches, the nights when I thought I was a failure, and the nights that I thought Finding Hope is, I just felt discouraged, it's not gonna get anywhere. It's worth it because here my baby is. I don't know, when I opened up the package to my author copy, I broke down in tears because it finally felt somewhat real to me. Like this is the book that God's put on my heart for 4.5 years. It's finally, I have it in my hands now, and it's a book. Like it looks real. It's gonna be available on Amazon. Be following my social medias and everything. This is the Lord's will for me, and I might be writing for years and years, or maybe this one series is all God has in mind for me. while I would like to think I can keep on writing and keep on growing, I never know what God has in store. So I just feel very thankful that the Lord's allowed me to at least publish Finding Hope and to get it out there and to just share my testimony and to share the beautiful story about Hope and Ethan. I felt it was God sent, and I thank the Lord so much that He's allowed me to get where I am today. I appreciate all who has made Finding Hope possible. My family, my friends, my church family. I'm so excited.
That is so exciting. I'm so happy.
Oh, me too.
It's so cool. Can you imagine having like an actual like copy of your book?
I cannot. Like I can't fathom it. Cleopatra, Hannah Linder, the local author that I'm working with, the lady who made my book trailer. I don't know, I feel so overwhelmed, and I want to thank my family here for putting up with me. This process has been a long one, this journey's been a long one, and I'm so excited to have it here and for everyone else to read it. I can't even explain to you the feeling, and I just wanted to come in here and share it with you guys. It's kind of why I've taken a step back a little bit from YouTube, from my blog. It's been a busy season of life. I thank God for getting me here. I couldn't be here without Him. I couldn't be holding my baby right here without the Lord guiding me each step of the way, and I just feel His approval in this. I feel like everything's gonna work out. I may not ever be a best-selling author, but I know I followed the Lord's will, and to me that's more than any award, that's more than any big title or flashing lights. To me, just following what God wants me to do, what God's laid on my heart, is the most important thing I could be doing. So I thank you guys. Finding Hope will be available on Amazon November 1st in ebook and paperback. I appreciate you guys so much, and stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Finding Hope is a Christian fiction romance, by the way, just to let you know. And it's set in Christmas, fall and Christmas time. It's also set in Alton, Illinois. If anybody lives there, this is set in your little town, or based off your little town. So I've taken snippets and I've just kind of made it my own. So I hope you enjoy it.